Nate.
Is what it was like, yeah.
Okay, so you're the editor and you're the brains and the...
Well,
We're both kind of like...
No, he came up with it, and then he kind of came at me like, hey, I know you like to talk to people, blah, blah. I was like, sure, why not? No, we haven't thought about doing like anything passive, just something fun to do, something to put out, try to get names out for breweries, and just like have fun talking to brewmasters and the owners and stuff like that. And
cool.
we've been having fun. Like Mike, Ryan, we went out to Inventors, met Captain Adam out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That guy's a trip.
He is a
Chad
trip.
and Eric out in
Chad and Eric out in
Okay.
Brewfinity. Kyle at 1840.
Kyle Vetter.
Yep. All great people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kyle Vetter's actually one of our mentors. We did I did Barley to Barrel. He's one of the guys that runs that program. And with John Graham and Jason Cotterall, and those three guys are the reason why I'm doing this, because I got into their program, and
nice.
Actually, it's funny, that tap handle for an Alpix on, it's right here. And I got the actual flyer. when I got it printed up was the yeah, we made that was actually that with MKE as our beer. Yeah, so we made that. That was our for the program. We had to make a beer, and we were on MKE's team, so we brewed that, and that was actually I make a version of that. It's one of my homebrew recipes. We just converted it into something that we could do for Barley to Barrel, and everyone liked it. So
Nice.
I earned the nickname Wild Card in Barley to Barrel. That was actually given to me by John DeGroot and Matt Wittersheim of New Barons.
Okay.
So they called me Wild Card, and I was on there. I was on John DeGroot's
New Barons just did one with Ryan over at East Red Brewery, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. So
while we were just bullshitting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know how this format goes.
Yeah, we just kind of jumped into it today. No problem, no format, but as some of you may already know, this is the Beer Bastards. I'm Justin, and this is Ken, and we're going around to different breweries, go taking a look at the owners, the brewmasters, getting a little inside peek as to what's going on, see what's going on there, and helping them get their name out and everything. So we're with Nate Fakler today from Faklandia Brewing. Brewing. Okay, I have to make sure I get that right.
So many breweries.
And if you can't see, there's the sign over there.
Yeah, Faklandia Home Brewing. Actually, my dad made this sign. This is actually great that we're in my basement in my house, because this is actually where this started. This is where I named this Faklandia because it was my happy place, and I guess this was, just as when I moved in here, I played my video games. This is where I tasted the different beers, and I experimented with different recipes, and so this is where I got to grow a lot of my ideas and grow a lot of the. This is where I relaxed and everything like that. So everything that we're going to talk about today started right here, and all my logo and everything was actually drawn right here on the corner. My buddy Sam does my artwork, and I have another friend, Bill. He's a tattoo artist in Racine who's doing the other stuff, and we can get into that. I can send you guys some of that if you want to throw it in.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. See what we can talk about here.
Yeah. So there's actually drawn right there on the corner, so the logo on the back of my shirt. If you guys can see everything kind of short.
Fair. Hold on, let's do this.
This is the Ken Cam this time.
The Ken Cam.
Yep, it's not the mic cam this time.
Before you guys start asking me questions and getting into all that fun stuff. First beer I'm going to pour for you is actually our main character, actually the guy on the back of my shirt, Liz Wiz. He's our main character. He's your entry-level wizard, has no idea what he wants to do with his life, and you're going to find out he does evolve and transform as the story goes on. So we're going to go ahead and give you a pour Rooney here.
All right.
I don't know how much actually.
I can't. My second time getting to try your beers now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, first time for me. So what kind of beer is this?
This is our American Pilsner.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
Slight hazy golden color, like it. Ooh.
First time I got to try when we were at me and you were over at Eagle Park.
Oh yeah.
When the jam sesh was released.
Oh yeah. That's right.
It's got a bit of like banana, like a little bit of sour, like it's a little Belgian.
That's because of the so we use an interesting process because I actually use Nottingham yeast as my my home or our house yeast, right? So what I have to do is in order to get that, that Pilsner-y kind of taste where you get that like grainy, corny flavor.
Yeah, that's definitely there.
Yeah. You have to, Nottingham ferments pretty quickly. So
okay.
I have to still keep that fermentation intact, but I still have to get it cold so you get some of those esters that you would normally get in a traditional Pilsner. So that's what you're tasting here.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination, definitely.
The other one I had was an interesting combo. It was a sour, I think it was an ale too that you had, something like that.
I don't remember that day, so it's been.
That was a good day.
Yeah, I had a lot of. I mean, I've gone through. Man, I've brewed so much beer.
Yeah.
It's like not even. This is probably the. Oh God, how many times have I made this beer? Oh, probably 50 or 60 to get it right. So
this is one of your flagship beers.
This is your your $5 patio pounder.
Yeah, easily.
Literally, we call them our main character. So we have. So, in the whole Faklandia thing is that we're a storybook brewery.
Okay.
So all of our beers are characters in a story that I'm writing. So
Sweet.
So I wrote the story arc first, and then so I pulled all the characters out as beers.
Okay.
So they existed as characters first. I didn't make the characters after the beers. I made the beers after the characters. So I had to make the characters match, or the beers match the character's personality.
Right.
So that's why this beer is, it's a good old fashioned drinking beer. There's nothing, I don't say there's nothing special about it, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
It's not like there's all this crazy stuff out there. We'll get to the crazy stuff, but
but still, like you have to. If you're expecting, a normal Pilsner, something along that lines, this would be a little bit. This would be a deviant from the norm, which is actually super enjoyable. Mm-hmm. It's that twist. I love it, but it's still very easy drinking, good.
I was gonna ask you where you get your inspirations from and where you get your thoughts on how to make your next beer.
So one of the big inspirations is, I've been playing Magic the Gathering for 20 plus years. I've played countless hours of Dungeons and Dragons. I've spent the better half of my life inside of a local game store. So a lot of it, just seeing what really brings me joy and what makes other people happy, and I wanted to take that nerds in the basement, mentality and, bring it out and give it something tangible, right?
Just throw your flag out there and say, hey,
yeah,
here we
exactly.
are, have some fun.
Yeah, and you can, it's a drink your own adventure, right? So you get these characters, and the beer has a personality, the character has a personality. So while you're, sitting, the first time you come in, and we have the booklets on the table, so you can actually page through and see what we're all about and what the story is all about. You can drink along with the characters, and we're going to be doing, when I get to the part where I'm going to do readings. Okay. So I'm actually going to read, and you get to drink along with the different flags.
Okay,
so
I was just going to ask if you were going to do if you were going to have like story sessions or whatever.
Yep, we're going to do that.
Okay.
We're going to have, and I mentioned this earlier too, we're going to be geocaching items in the real world. So, have you ever played like Diablo 3 or any of the
no, I haven't played
any Diablos at all? So,
yes.
you know how you have you have a set item and you get a bonus with more things. Okay, so we're gonna be geocaching. Let's say I put a ring someplace and a staff one place and a cloak another place. You have to go find that and then you bring it back to the brewery. If you have more than one item, you get a set bonus. So you actually get a bigger bonus, whether it be a discount or a free something.
That's
really. So go find the ring, the cape, and like the staff or the wand or something, come back and whatever. Yeah, it's
who knows? We'll make it up on the spot.
It's a surprise.
We know we're doing that. We figured out how to do that. We have the logistics for it. We just don't know what the allocated either prizes or bonuses are going to be yet.
Oh. Yeah.
So that's the thing to follow.
But like the example we just used, it would have to be something like wizard themed or something. Make it. That's how I personally would do it. Make it something that go along with the items you pick up or the quest, right?
Yeah, it would be So if you had let's say for instance, so Liz Wiz is so his set. So every character is going to have their own set. So
Okay.
Liz Wiz is gonna have, he has a kaleidoscope, he has his wand, he has his cloak, he has a ring, and he has his hat, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's not gonna be his hat, it's gonna be his beard.
Oh, his beard.
It's actually one of the jokes that I didn't get into yet. It's actually gonna be a beard, or a beer is gonna be Liz's beard, because it's actually he's a leopard gecko, and you asked about inspiration earlier. I'm gonna sidetrack you. So I breed leopard geckos as one of my side fun things. Yeah, that's
Nice.
actually what's in that room. I have like 30 leopard geckos.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
That's not it. Anyway, so but also all my characters are like woodland critters. Most of them are lizards and reptiles and things like that. So, but they don't have fur, right? So he has a wizard. He has to have a beard, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
he has like a costume shop, like gray beard with the rubber bands. So it's gonna be it's one of the it's a sub-story joke, like almost like an Easter egg. But
Okay.
and he's definitely gonna have like you can't see it on this artwork, but there's a different version of him that has it, and it's like strapped behind his head, like just tied out in the open. It's kind of funny.
So he's really fitting the role of role playing.
Yes, he's actually. So you have to, the world that we're in follows the normal like D&D or those rules, right? So you have to think like all these items do different things, and you have to follow a certain set of luck-based actions.
Right.
So, and that's how a lot of the beers are coming to play too, where you have, okay, so how do I express this? So that brings me to the next thing that I'm going to bring up in beer.
All right.
And I was talking about our Liz Wiz evolving, right?
Yes.
So as a character, right? As a character, we all want to evolve, get better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? This is Red Wizard. So red
Okay.
is usually the color of what?
Fire.
Scottish ale.
Fire or what emotion?
Anger.
Anger. So, if you ever seen any anime, when people go,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I can say Super Saiyan out loud, but
I'm pretty sure you're fine with that.
oh, did it freeze? I totally froze a beer.
Oh, man.
I'll be right back.